yo, it's your boy Jamar, Top Shelf Sports Talk, here with another Eagles update. I know the other day I told you guys that we were going to do a breakdown of the Eagles schedule, and we're going to get into that today. We're going to go through I'm only going to do the first 5 games, because I don't want the video to be crazy long, me to be long-winded, and you guys to get tired of hearing my voice. So we're going to do the first 5 games, see where we at after the first 5 games, see what you guys think, what your predictions are for the first 5 games, and see, how we feel about the Eagles going into the season. Now, barring no injuries or, nothing freakish happening, in the first 5 games, I'm looking at the schedule. Even though I don't like the lineup, like I'm talking about as far as like the days are, like, our first game is Sunday at 4:25 in New England. That's fine. I'm usually a 1 o'clock guy on Sunday, but then we got a Thursday and then a Monday, and then not till October 1st we're back to Sunday at 1 o'clock. So I don't know if that matters to you guys, but I like it to be 1 o'clock games. I guess I'm just selfish like that, where I want to see my team play at 1 o'clock on Sunday, get it over with. After you done ate some breakfast, you're ready to go sit down on the couch and watch the birds get busy. I like that. That's my type of feel. But first game of the season, we're looking at the New England Patriots. Team we got our first Super Bowl win over. Of course, it's the whole total different team than we played in that Super Bowl. Tom Brady's retired. He was gone anyway. He went to Tampa Bay. Gronk is gone. The receivers are gone. So it's a whole different ball game than what we had when we won the Super Bowl. And with that being said, the team that they have now, young quarterback Mac Jones, um, is still up in the air of what they like about him, or if they think he can be, the future, or if they're gonna go in a different direction. So I think, with our Eagles defense, you can't have a team like that playing against our defense where, it's going, they're going to throw some things at them and switch it up and confuse them and, get that pressure on them. So, you got to watch that when you're playing a team like the Eagles playing that type of defense, because, it could get real tricky out there, real tricky. So, with that being said, I haven't done too much homework on the Patriots, because that's not my team. They're not that good anyway. So like, just to be honest, looking at the first 5 games, I mean, like, in all honesty, we should be in good shape to go 5-0. You know what I mean? Because these are teams that we're playing that are trying to figure themselves out. Uh, aren't as good as they used to be, because they're on that downslide of making trades and giving up draft picks, and they just have nobody to build around. But again, it's the NFL, so you can't look past anyone. You got to play the team that's given to you or is in front of you on your schedule, and they're professional for a reason. So, with that said, my first week, New England Patriots, I see our running attack. Even though they do have some linebackers. I'm not even going to say that. They got some linebackers, but now that I'm thinking about that, I'm going to say our passing game might put us over the edge in this one. Jalen Hurts has a big game. I think he goes for about 250 plus. AJ Brown a touchdown. Um, Devontae Smith a touchdown. I think you get a touchdown from Swift. So I think that first game is going to be um, not as close as Vegas has it. They has it right now as a 4.5 point favorite, which to me, I see beating this team by at least 2 touchdowns, at least. And the only way they get it close is at the end in garbage time, if we let them score one. But me personally, this team is being beat by at least 2 touchdowns. So if you're a betting person, bet the over, because I think that the Eagles will have more than 4.5 points that they beat them by. Um, and again, if you guys got anything that you think is different than what I'm saying in this game, um, by all means, drop the comments below. Let's talk about it. Let's have a debate. Let's have a drink while we debate about this Week 1 game against the New England Patriots. Um, so With that being said, I got us starting off Sunday, September 10th at 4:25. By 8 o'clock, we're 1-0. 7:30, we're 1-0. Week two, Thursday night. So you got a short week of practice. You're coming off of that New England win with a short week of practice. Normally you're off on Tuesdays, which means now Tuesday you're going to be doing film study. Um, Guys don't get a break. So Tuesday, I mean, but it's the NFL, and this is what you get paid to do. Tuesday you play the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota, they lost they cut their running back Dalvin Cook. He still hasn't been signed yet. Interesting to see where he goes. Kirk Cousins never really been a believer to me. Kirk Cousins is just average at best. He just wound up being lucky in a good situation to be able to sustain the career he has. I mean, don't get it wrong, he's an NFL quarterback, but in all honesty, Kirk Cousins is mediocre. Um, so you can't sleep on Justin Jefferson. Um, he's definitely a baller. You definitely got to pay attention to him because he can definitely do some damage. I mean, we held him in check last year in that week. I think week three victory we had against them, but you still he's going to want to come out and have his revenge on us because of us holding him in check last year. Um, and in Minnesota, I just believe Minnesota just can't stand us anyway. They have a bad taste in their mouth from when we beat them to go to the Super Bowl a couple years ago. So anytime they get a chance to get revenge on us, I really think they're going to try to take advantage of that. But I just think our team is overall too talented for them to be able to stop us. I think they lost a key linebacker on defense, Michael Kendrick, not Michael Kendricks. I forget his name. I think I know his name is Kendricks because it's Michael Kendrick's little brother, but I can't remember his first name. But they lost him, I believe. So they lost some players on defense. I'm not sure who they replaced him with, and I'm not sure. I don't think they really got much in free agency. I could be wrong, but I'm not really overly scared of the Minnesota Vikings because I just don't think they have enough to do it to beat us. Um, another big game for our running backs. And I think this one might be an overall like balanced attack. I think you even might have a score on defense because I just think that our defense will be like ferocious out there. I think this Sean Desai, despite my last show where I talked about how he let Howie Roseman come down the field and tell him that his defense wasn't playing up to par, and then he made a change. I think he gets it together. I think as time goes on, he gets a little bit more comfortable, confident in the guys that he got. Even though I think he is now, but I think come game time, I think he's really going to have those guys out there ready to play, prepared, and just hitting on all cylinders. So, I got confidence in our defensive coach. So I think that will be a good. I think that game we will have at least a defensive touchdown in that game. Um, Probably quite a few turnovers as well. Um, so with that being said, let's go to week three. And I'm breezing through this kind of fast, guys, because like I said, I don't want to be. I want to give it to you guys in a way that I don't want to, I guess, overcrowd you guys and have you guys listen to my voice for half an hour at a time. I did want to do this live, um, but it was only me, and I wanted to do it with some other people. But as the season starts, I'm putting things together where I can go live maybe half an hour before the game starts. Give you guys some insight on what we think, what we talk about. Maybe even go live with somebody else from the opposing team, and we can have a good back and forth about who's going to win, who's going to do what. So if any of you guys want to come on and you don't like the Eagles, but you like the Vikings or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and you want to debate about it, let's by all means get it going because that's what this is about. This is what the plan is. This is what we're trying to accomplish. So again, like if you guys want to come on, let's do it. Send a inbox or email if you got my phone number. Text me. Let's make it happen. So week three, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know who their quarterback is, Kyle Trask or what's his name? Darn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Baker Mayfield. They still got some dogs in the receiver core over there with Mike Evans Um, what's the other Christian? I forget the other guy name, but they still got some good receivers over there. I don't really know who their running game is. I think their running game took a hit too because I know they don't have Leonard Fournette no more. Obviously, they lost Tom Brady. I think they lost O.J. Howard. They lost, quite a few good players. So I think they're in a rebuilding mode. So which, again, we should go in this game, handle business. Uh, Defense should definitely have a big game again against this type of team. And you know, right off the bat, that's 3-0 right there. You talk about New England, Minnesota, and Tampa Bay. Go out there, establish your establish who you are on offense and defense. Punch them in the mouth and get it going. Let the league know that you're not playing. Like I don't care if these teams are underneath me or not as good as me. You're an NFL team. I'm going to show you that we're playing NFL teams and we're going to just dominate on all levels. So again, week three, 3-0. Um, Week four, October 1st, back to our 1 o'clock game on a Sunday, which I like. We play the Washington Commanders. That team, we might, hopefully by that time we're calling them Washington Crybabies because they're still crying about Eric Bieniemy coaching them up hard. And that's a game that we should easily win. So at the end of the day, as long as we go out there, handle business, and do what we got to do, that should be another win for us. They got a good defense. They got a good defensive line, which the defensive line is pretty good. They got Chase Young. Even though I heard a little bit of reports that they weren't too high on Chase Young because he hasn't shown that second round, that second overall pick ability for their defense. So I'm hearing that they're not too high on him, which you know, it is what it is. Um, but I think in a couple of times that they played the Eagles when he was healthy, he he played good. So I'm looking for him to. I'm looking for our O line to be able to stop him and hold him in check so that we can get that ball going. You know. So again, that's 4 games, 4-0. Because again, these teams to me are not teams that are on the caliber of the Eagles. They're not ready to be on the caliber of the Eagles, and they still got some years, hopefully, to go. Now, again, I'm not going to sit here and say they're not an NFL team because they are. They're NFL teams, and you got to play who's in front of you. So, and you're going to get every team's best shot because you were the NFC representatives and the Super Bowl representatives for the NFC. So, of course, everybody's going to be gunning for you, and all the hype is surrounded by you. Everybody's looking for you. They're gunning for you. So you still gotta. You can't go out there like, oh, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, because that's how you lose. You gotta go out there with the mentality like, listen, I don't care who you are, we're playing, and we're gonna play to win. We're gonna actually play to bomb you. That's what our goal is. So again, like I said, week four, we're talking about 4-0. We got wins against the Patriots, the Vikings, the Buccaneers, and the Commanders. Week five. Week five is a 425 game against the Rams. So another team that's in a rebuilding mode, another team that we don't know who their quarterback is, Matthew Stafford or whoever their backup is, you know. So with that being said, it's like, you go out there, you handle business again. You get your defense going. These are all 4 of these games, or all 5 of these games should be real heavy defensively, you know, handled games, whereas though the defense is making a good push out there, letting people know who they are. Because again, the first 4 teams or first 5 teams have questions about quarterbacks. You know, um, so at the end of the day, if you have a team that has a question about a quarterback, you need to make sure they know that quarterback that they got ain't good enough. And how you do that? You play good defense. So again, like with the first 5 games of the season, we should start out the gate 5-0. I'm predicting 5-0 starting out the gate. Probably the last week 5 will be the last undefeated team in the league, which will be beautiful. And it gives us a good cushion on the rest of the competition. Um, because it gets crucial in our part in on our schedule. Let's see. Let me see if I can look at it. So when we play the Cowboys, the Chiefs, the Bills, the 49ers, and the Cowboys again, that's a tough stretch. They all back to back. That's a tough stretch. So if we can handle business early, because we're not going to go undefeated, even though I want us to. But if we handle business early, those are games that, like, if something happens, you can afford to. And I'm not saying that you want to, but you can afford to lose one or two of those because you got so much of a cushion. You're ahead of the schedule, ahead of games. So at the end of the day, we want to be able to put ourselves in a position that we're taking care of business when business needs to be taken care of, and we're not looking at nobody like they're just not good enough. So, with that being said, first 5 games of the schedule, I got us going 5-0. You guys, please share your thoughts, share your ideas. Tell me what you think about what I predicted as the first 5 games. Tell me what you think about what I'm saying about offensive, defensive wise, whether defense or offense is going to have a good game or not. Tell me what you think Jalen Hurts is going to do in those games. The running backs, the receivers, the tight ends. We didn't even talk about Dallas Goddard. Um, so let us know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let's debate about it. Let's have a drink and debate about it. Because of course, at Top Shelf Sports Talk, we don't just talk sports and have a drink. We drink and talk sports. Again, I appreciate all the love and support that you guys have been giving me throughout my journey. I hope that you keep sharing, and tagging, putting this on your page, pushing the word out there to the people that there's a podcast out here that want to talk Philly sports and have drinks like we at the bar. So let's get this movement going. And again, like I said, I want to take the time to say I thank y'all for supporting me so far, and look forward to having many, many, many debates with you guys and many, many talks with you guys over the course of the sports calendar. Not, like I said, not just Philly sports, not just football, but we can talk baseball, basketball. I mean, I don't know too much about hockey, but we can have a conversation if there's people out there that's willing to educate. So at the end of the day, Top Shelf Sports Talk. It's your boy Jamar. Appreciate the love and support. Everybody have a good day.
Let me fly us, Phillies.